Hi, welcome to another episode of Cooking It with Ayydé. I am so sorry. I am late. I was trying to be like Rachel Ray, I already have this amazing coffee cake that we're going to be making today with Krystall Poppin. So I made one already so I could show it to you guys because nobody's going to wait 45 minutes until that cake is done. But we are going to make one from scratch with you. And to help me, I have my girl, Krystall Poppin, in here. Everybody help me welcome Krystall to Cooking It with Ayydé.
What's up, guys? Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Krystall. I'm so sorry. Like, I have to take the full blame. This was supposed to start at 12 p.m. It's probably like 12:30 something already.
Girl, don't worry. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that the first cake was going to take so long. So I was just like mixing and whipping stuff. And then before I know it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It happens.
Thank you for being so gracious and being so kind to joining me today on Cooking It with Ayydé. Now, you got to select what we were going to cook today, and right off the bat, you said coffee cake. I want you to tell me why you chose coffee cake today.
So today I chose coffee cake because it's something that my mom would make for us, me and my siblings, when we were little. All the time, and she used to work at a bakery, so she would like make recipes, bring recipes home, and she would just like kind of make it for us at home and stuff. So I remember her, to this day she just bakes all the time. Like, she's a really awesome baker, so I wanted to make something that reminded me of like my childhood.
I really wish we could have had your mom with us, and I have to give your mama a shout out to Monica, because she is so sweet. She got on the phone last night to go over her personal recipe and tell us how to make this, because I was a little bit confused. I was like, are we going to do this? We're going with a different recipe today because we had a little bit of a misunderstanding on that recipe, but still. We gotta thank your mama because she took the time to go there with us and to teach us that. And I love that you went with a personal recipe and something that just reminds you of your childhood. How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. I have an older sister. I'm the middle baby. And then I have a little sister and then a baby brother.
I'm the middle child. I'm the middle child.
Oh, nice. We have a day. I forgot what day it is, but there's a middle child day.
Oh my gosh. We need to celebrate it that day, okay?
No, we turn on that day.
All right. So this recipe is supposed to be the LAUSD coffee cake recipe. Now, LAUSD is the public school here. It's the district for Los Angeles. And I went through it. So I had this coffee cake growing up. So we're sharing a little bit of your childhood and a little bit of my childhood. Okay, so first thing we're going to do to get started, we're going to start off with the topping, so the crumble. Now, to do that, you're going to need a little bowl. So let's start with that bowl.
Okay, I got a bowl right here.
All right, let's do that. Okay, and now you want to grab, I believe is half a cup of your all-purpose flour.
Yes. I measured everything out. Just
Perfect, I did too, because it makes it easier. So this is half a cup of all-purpose flour for those, and we're gonna pass it through here.
I forgot.
If you don't have it, it's fine. You should be fine. Boom. I don't really think we need this, but I'm just trying to be fancy over here, acting like I know what I'm doing.
That looks fancy. I like it.
That's to make it look poppin'. All right, and then we're gonna grab our brown sugar. You got your brown sugar?
Brown sugar right here.
Look at this thing already hardened. Trying to make me look crazy.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use this.
I'm probably gonna lose my patience on this one and just make sure that you just want to make sure that there's no like chunks, because brown sugar has that tendency of like chunking up.
Yeah.
Just look it down. I know we got time to bring this all through that, so as long as you ain't got no big chunks, throw it in there. We got that. Now I have brown sugar all over my fingers. Lovely.
Yes.
Now, the recipe called for only 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I don't know if you already measured that out. I did too, because this needs cinnamon.
Yes, I'm down for more because I love cinnamon. So I'm down for more.
Go ahead. If you need to put some more in there, put some more in there.
Okay,
bring that through.
I'm just gonna throw.
And then we're gonna do. I don't remember how much of the sugar was. I think this was half a cup of granulated sugar.
Half a cup? Yeah, it looks like half a cup. Or
Listen, you guys, I'm going to put the recipe in the comments after this so you guys can get the exact ingredients so you don't mess it up. I will say that I've already done this once and it tastes so good.
I bet your house smells amazing right now.
It smells delicious. I'm super excited. Then you take your kosher salt, and I believe this was 1 teaspoon. Boom. Throw that bad boy in there.
Fun.
Down. And then we're going to throw, let's see, let me make sure I turn this on too. I don't know if you're going to do that. You don't have to do that. But your butter, it's a cold, unsalted?
Yes.
Great. This is 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And we're going to throw that in there.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you don't throw that through the... That's funny. You don't need to do that for this one. That's for the flour. I love my hair. Okay.
Your outfit is super cute.
What was that?
Your outfit is cute.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't know what to put on. I was like, look, let me make this easy. Let me throw on something, a quick jumper. I love jumpers. It's Dickies.
Oh, I super love it. Yes, girl. I love that.
My uncle's like, you look like a mechanic. I'm like, I'm supposed to look like a mechanic.
You look lit.
That is the look I was trying to go for. All right, cool. So we're going to put this aside. We're going to put our hands in there in a little bit. But did you grab by any chance either pecans or walnuts to use?
I didn't. I couldn't find any at the store that was here, so I'm gonna have to skip that one.
That's okay. That's completely fine. I'm gonna go ahead and throw mine in there because I did grab some. So this is, I believe, a cup. Yeah, 1 cup of. I decided to go with walnuts because that's what I like. So you have your butter, your salt, everything in there already. Cinnamon, brown sugar, white sugar. What is it? All-purpose flour. And now we're gonna get dirty here, okay? You're gonna get your hands and you're gonna want to turn this into a crumble. So you're gonna just mush all that up.
I'm gonna go with my knuckles because I have these long nails.
Go for it.
This was like mixing stuff with my hands when I would bake with my mom. Like I loved doing that part, like getting all messy.
Would you get in the kitchen a lot with your mom?
Yeah. She would put me to like. She started out by like, hey, cut this and put it here. You know, like the little things. I remember making like alcate a lot, like cutting it open and like putting like making, you know what I mean, little things like that. And then eventually she got me on the stove, like when I was tall enough.
You know what? My mom used to be the same way. That's how I got in the kitchen first. Like she would get in there and be like, come here. She was making enchiladas. She told me, deshebra el pollo, corta la lechuga, o ponerte a hacer esto, a limpiar los frijoles. Like, and honestly, when I was little, I didn't like it. Like I did not like it. But now as an adult, like I really appreciate it because I know how to do all that. So you should be able to feel that butter going through your fingers and just crumbling it all up.
Nice.
Hopefully if it's cold.
Yeah.
How's it looking for you?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Okay, cool. So mine is pretty mixed. I'm going to mix it just a little bit more. It feels funny, like touching the butter and all of that. All right. Okay, so is that all mixed in already?
Yeah. Well, that looks
okay. Good. Wash our hands. We're gonna set that aside.
I'm gonna wash my hands really quick.
Look at this.
I already wet them, but
that butter is stuck on my hands.
I know.
Not coming off. I gotta use the actual scrub.
Yeah.
Right over here. Boom. All right, so we're gonna set that aside. Now the next that. Let's see. Now you get your other bowl. This is where your flour is going to be at. Boom, you got that ready. Okay, so this is 3 cups. 3 cups.
3 cups.
Yep, of cake flour. You got that?
Yes, I'm gonna grab that. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna put that in there. Boom.
Yeah.
And bring that through. This one comes through really fast.
Yeah. This is like the easy one.
Did you ever actually make the coffee cake with your mom?
Yeah, like she would make me mix things and stuff like that. Like she was the one measuring and stuff, like putting ingredients, but I would like mix it. I would like lick the spoon and everything.
That's my favorite part. Like if you don't do that, you're not really in the kitchen.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Does not count. All right, so my flour's through. Let me know when you have your flour all the way through.
Okay. It's almost done.
Let's see who we have in here. We have Lakers24 says, hello. What up, Lakers24? He's always in here. Eder Rivas is in here. Hi. We're going to be cooking with Eder and Stephanie soon. They make delicious Salvadorian food. I need to learn how to make some pupusas, so.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn, okay?
I had Salvadorian food in Houston, and it was so bomb. It was seafood, and it was so good.
There's Aaron 252843 in here. He says, hey ladies, what up? Mac Doppel, 2 boss bitches. What is it? Gangsta crew? Oh, I think he said gangsta crew. What the fuck it do? I love it. All right, so we have this. Krystall, let me try something really quick.
Okay.
Do you see the settings down on your camera? We should have done this before. Sorry, people. Do you see where it says cam mic, that little circle right there?
Cam mic, yes.
Okay, can you click that?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to click on show advanced, make sure you're on full high definition, 1080, if that pops up for you.
There we go. Okay. How's that? Does it look better?
Yes, much better, much better. There we go. So all of that is through. Okay, so now the next one is you want to grab your sugar, your brown sugar.
Brown sugar, yes.
Okay, and we're going to bring that through. I'm not even going to put actually, yeah, I'm going to put it in here first. And then I'm going to break it down to make sure that it doesn't have any clumps. I'm already feeling a bunch of clumps in here. Put that in there.
When I was buying all the ingredients, my manager was like, you didn't buy coffee? And I was like, no, coffee doesn't go in it.
You know what? I'm going to say the same thing. I was like, where is the coffee in this recipe? Like, why is the coffee in here? How is this coffee with no coffee?
We should make, like, in the future, we should invent one that has coffee.
Because it makes no sense. Like, how are we going to have coffee cake with no coffee? All right, so is the brown sugar all in there now?
Yes.
Now we're going to go ahead and throw in that white sugar.
White sugar.
Granulated sugar.
Yes.
It's not called white sugar. It's called granulated sugar.
Baking turn.
Yep. I'm going to wash my hands when you do that because I already got sugar in my hands again. All right. You got all that in there?
Yes.
Okay, now you're going to take your baking powder and your baking soda. Do you have that ready?
Yes.
We're going to throw that in there. Boom. And boom. I was running out of cups, so I literally used one of my glass cups.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I went and grabbed a bunch of these because I ran out of the real ones, too.
Hey, we got to do what it do. We're going to get that pinch of kosher salt. Going to throw that in there.
Salt.
Nutmeg. Boom. Another nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
All right. And the last one is the cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
And again, it called for one. I did two. Because I'm like, how do you not have more cinnamon in here?
Good idea. I love cinnamon. You can never have too much cinnamon.
Never, ever, ever. I'm going to whisk this around just to mix all of the dry ingredients because that's it for right now. So I'm just going to mix these just so everything is just really whisked in there. And they can start, I don't know, marrying each other, chilling. So we put the wet ingredients in there.
Getting to know each other.
You know, that's what we're doing right now, Krystall. Yeah. I had the honor to slightly be introduced to you when I was hosting something for Tecate, this and Remezcla this past December. And I was like, who is this? This is awesome. I want to know her. Who is she? And we started following each other. And then I was like, hey, like, let's cook. And you're like, I'm down with it. So I just really want to get to know a little bit more about you. Like, what got you into rapping? What got you into wanting to be an artist? Do you remember that day that you're like, this is what I want to do?
Yeah. So the first time I grew up just writing, you know what I mean? Like in my journal, since I was a little girl, like I would just write in my journal and like have a lot of feelings and stuff like that. And so one day I was around some people that were doing like a rap cipher. Mm-hmm. And I went up to them and I like spit one of these flows that I had. And after I spit one of these flows, everyone was like tripping out on me. They're like, "Oh my god!" Like,
how old were you when this happened?
I'm sorry.
How old were you when this happened?
Probably 20. I was 20 when it happened.
Okay.
And, yeah, so they were like, they pulled me aside and they're like, "Are you a rapper?" And I was like, "No, not a rapper. Like I just write, you know, like I just wrote that." And then they were like, "Oh, we're rappers, like we have a studio set up, like we want to record you." And I was just like, okay, cool, like let's do it. So then shortly after that, then they brought their studio to my house. We set it up in my room and then recorded my first song. And I recorded just like other flows that I had. And I rapped. It was so weird. Like it was so weird being in front of the mic and like the headphones and everything and like hearing my voice. It was cool, but like as soon as I heard like my voice, like they played it back for me, I was like, oh man, like I fell in love with it. I was like, this is what I want to do like forever. Like, and I was already like going to college during that time and I was changing my major because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I didn't really like find like that thing that like had my interest. And then as soon as I started rapping, I was like, oh, this is what I want. Like I know like this is what I want to do forever. So that's how it all started.
That is so interesting. First of all, I have a lot of questions. First of all, do you remember exactly like what that freestyle was, when you jumped into that cipher, what you rapped about? Two, what was that first song? That's those
So I'm a rapper. So the first song that I made was called Talk of the Town. And it was basically like getting out of high school, like a lot of girls didn't like me, you know what I mean? Like growing up and stuff, like girls just didn't like me. So I wrote a song about how these girls don't like me, but who are they to judge me? Type of song. And it's called Talk of the Town, kind of like I'm gonna be the talk of the town. Like I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Kind of like type of song. So that's like the first song I ever made.
Okay, that's exactly what rap is about, right? If it's not about flossing about who you are and just being really secure in who you are, what you do, or what you want to get, like, are you really even rapping?
Yeah,
how do you compare now, like looking back to that young KP to where you're at now in life? Like, do you see a huge difference? What has changed for you?
I think that I've definitely grown through the music. I think the music has helped me as a person, as like just a human being, like grow, like discover like who I am and what I want to do with my life and like my goals. I came up like, you know, like my upbringing was kind of tough. And I think that I had to, you know, I like we're cooking like my mom's recipe, I mean, my mom's dish and everything. And she loves me and like, but it was hard for her to like raise us because my father passed away when I was very little, you know what I mean? So she was always at work. My grandma had to work. Everyone was helping raise us. So I kind of had to raise myself in a little way. So out of that, like, it really helped me, like, kind of like secure myself more, like kind of find like independence and confidence in myself, you know, and grow as a person. And now I feel that I'm well on my way into like a career that I love, and I really feel like my future, you know, is looking bright. And there was a time in my life where I didn't think that I had much ahead of me, and it's just crazy how everything has changed now.
You know what? I thank you so much for opening up and sharing that about your story. I didn't know that. I lost my dad at a very young age too. My father was murdered when I was 8. And so I get that being raised by a single mother. My mom had 4 kids to take care of. And I always think about it now. I'm like, I don't have any kids right now. And I already go crazy. Like, I don't know how she did it. I don't know how they figured it out. And finding that too for ourselves, you know, that independence and like just wanting to have more. Not that you weren't happy with what you had, but that's what it's about, right? Staying hungry and always wanting to do better, because that's what we were taught. That's how we were raised either way. So I just want to thank you. And I'm super excited too to see like how your career develops, and just keep that same heart, that same ambition. And I know you're going to be good, because the talent is there. The talent is there. And as long as you stay true to yourself, like, you have a bright, bright future. And I'm super excited to see what you do with it.
That means so much to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a long journey. It's been hard, but you know what? It's looking good.
What were some of those moments where, you know, you said like, I didn't know if like this was it, or if I had that future? What were some of those moments, those times where you were doubting yourself? Because I think that anybody and everyone goes through those moments, whatever it is that you're doing in your life. What were some of those moments for you?
Well, a big part of it was I didn't have a lot of friends, just because I didn't know how to make friends. I feel like I was very like antisocial, just because like I had a lot of anger, and I when I was young, even like through high school, like I think the fact that I didn't have a dad was like a big like issue, you know, in my life. Like someone that didn't teach me, like I wasn't able to be taught things that like I should have been taught. You know what I mean? I was like doing a lot of stuff I shouldn't have been doing. I was getting in a lot of trouble in high school.
Yeah.
And just because of that, I didn't think like I didn't know like my worth. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I could be someone, or that I could do something greater than what I had. You know, I thought I was gonna like work at a store and like, you know, just like be in the hood forever and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And music just like changed everything. Like it changed everything. Even before I moved out of El Paso to like go full time with the music, when I was just barely starting music, I worked at a salon, and I thought that I was like deep, like somewhere inside, like the doubts in my head was like, oh, you're just gonna work at the salon forever. Like this is just a dream that you know you're eventually gonna have to give up. When I first started, that's what I thought. Like, eventually I'm gonna have to stop rapping. And no, like I doubled down, and like I moved. I was like, no, like I don't want to stay here. I want to do that. I want to rap. Like this is what I want. This is who I am. And I went for it. I went full force. I sold everything I owned in 2018. I moved into an RV, and I traveled America looking for answers for music. Like I didn't know what I was going to find when I moved into an RV, but I knew I was going to find something. And eventually there were opportunities, and yeah, like a lot has happened on this journey.
That is so brave of you, because I would never jump in an RV, bro. Like I would not.
Girl,
that is just like an amazing part of your journey that, again, like I didn't know that, and I don't feel like a lot of people know that. You know, like people see who you are now and think like, oh, okay, like she just got it easily. They don't know that full story of like, yeah, I had to struggle to get where I'm at. And you know, those moments where we're having those doubts of like, is this just a false dream that I'm chasing? And I'm happy that you didn't give up on your dream, because I've also been there, you know, where it's like, damn, like, is this really going to happen for me? Am I dreaming too big? Am I making up things that are not going to happen for me? And that was for me when I wanted to be on air with Big Boy. Like I was very specific. Okay. I was like, I want to be on air with Big Boy in Los Angeles, in my own city. And that's what I wanted, because I grew up listening to hip hop and loving hip hop. And I speak Spanish, and I listen to regional. I listen to reggaeton, salsas, all of that. But personally, I just didn't feel like that was me. Like I didn't feel like I could fully express myself. And sometimes in Spanish I get stuck, right? So I was like, nah, like this is a very specific dream. And I was wondering, like, am I boxing myself in by just being this specific to that? And I was like, no, like I'm not. So I kept chasing it. And it got to the point where I was like, man, like this isn't gonna happen. If it doesn't happen this year, I'm gonna have to go another route, because I can't, like you said, like I can't stay stuck chasing this false dream, because you get those moments of doubt where you're like, is this ever gonna happen? Like, what's going on?
Am I crazy? Like, should I not be doing this? Like, you have those moments, but so it's crazy. Like, I'm barely seeing opportunities now, right, after I've done it for so long. And I'm like, man, if I would have quit when I thought I should have quit, like, I would have never been here, just because it takes time. It takes, like, that's what I tell people, if you haven't been doing it for 10 years, keep going. Like, keep going.
You have to. You're just getting started. Like, you have to. A lot of people want, okay, so it's like, there's one thing with having a dream, and I think that everybody should have those goals, but there's another thing about actually executing and putting in the work to making that happen. Not just saying like, oh, here's an idea, this is a dream that I have, and expecting things to just be handed to you, because that doesn't work with anything in life. Like, it doesn't. And for me, when I reached that, you know, because I was blessed and I was lucky to get to that point where it's like, whoa, I got here. I am on air in Los Angeles with Big Boy. Like, what the hell? Like, I grew up listening to this man. He was my idol, and being able to rock with him for so long was such a dream, literally come true. And then you get to that point though, where that dream it happens, right? You realize it. And then it's like, okay, what else? Like, that hunger is like, okay, but what's next?
Yeah, keep going. Like, you want to keep going.
Yes. Yeah. And then in that instance, like, it's okay. It's okay to dream again, to dream some more, like, and go in harder and work harder to accomplish whatever that next goal in your life is, because you can't stay stagnant. And I found myself at some points getting there, you know, where it's like you get comfortable, you're like, okay, I did it, but it's like, nah, you haven't. You need to humble yourself.
There's always so much more work to do. And then something I always tell myself when I feel like I don't want to do something, like for the career, I'm like, if I don't do this today, someone else is gonna do it today. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta remember that
all the time. And that's something that I keep in mind too, because it's like somebody out there is always hungry. Like, somebody's gonna wake up and probably not go to sleep to get this done. So let's see how bad you want it. That's where the test is at. Look, I keep on smelling this. I need to get this going. So let's get the rest of our ingredients. Now we're gonna get our wet ingredients. I got my eggs. I got my vegetable oil. This is a cup and a fourth, I believe. I gotta be careful with this. Whoa. With this buttermilk. I didn't even know buttermilk existed.
Me either. I was like, buttermilk?
I was like, wait, what? In my head, I was just getting butter, right? I was like, okay, I got the butter. And I was like, wait a minute. This is buttermilk. I had to Google, because Google is free, people. I had to Google buttermilk. And then I found it. I was like, okay, do you taste the buttermilk by any chance?
No, it smells a little like eggnog. I'm not going to lie. It looks eggnoggy.
I think you need to dip that finger in there and just try it a little bit.
I know they put it in ranch.
It's sour. Well, that would make sense because it's buttermilk ranch.
Yeah.
I learned something today. You see, it's a little bit sour, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and throw that buttermilk in there. Get all of that. Boom. Put that back. Oh, this hair. See, this is why I should have just put it in the bun. But I was trying to be cute.
No, girl, you got to work it.
You got your vegetable oil? All right, we're going to put that in there too. And the last thing you need are huevos, them 3 eggs.
Yes, got it.
Put those in there. Perfect.
I had to lay everything out because I was like, I'm not about to measure all this. Like, oh, why?
Because it can get a little confusing. Now you're gonna whisk all of this together. Okay. You want to make sure it's really, really blended in. At first I was like, did I put too much liquids? But once you really get it going, it all comes together really nice. And it tastes delicious. That's my favorite part.
Dope.
Do you have your oven going already by any chance at 350?
Yes,
Perfect.
ma'am.
See, your mama taught you well.
Yeah, she's always like, before you touch anything, turn the oven on.
Turn the oven on, because it could be such a big mistake.
Nope. You be ready to go, and it's like, dang.
I'm being all soft with this because this bowl is small. I keep on telling myself I need to buy a bigger bowl so I can mix all this stuff in here.
Yeah, there was not one here, and I had to go get one.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm mixing all of this. Krystall, what kind of music did you grow up like listening to? Was there that one person like who got you into rap, or could have been other? It could have been jazz. Like, what was it that you listened to growing up?
I grew up listening to hip hop, the '90s golden era of hip hop, because my mom and my dad, they were hip hop heads. They were. Yes. My dad loved hip hop so much that he would like listen to the radio and record like his favorite songs on tapes, like cassette tapes. Like he has this big box full of cassette tapes that he made.
What? Yeah. So you still have those?
Yeah, I actually I'm in the process of turning them into digital so that way I can like listen like on like my AirPods and stuff.
Oh my, tell me why my eyes are watering. You know why? Because when I was growing up, I told you, like, I loved to listen to hip hop, and I had a boombox. I actually still have a boombox. And on it, I would take my mom's cassettes, like her Bookies, her Chente, or whatever it was, Los Temerarios. She listened to a lot of Spanish music. I would take those cassettes, put like either paper or cotton or whatever it was to fill in the sides and put some tape over it. And then I would record my favorite songs from the radio onto those cassettes. And she would be so mad when she thought she was popping into those Bookies and it was like Pac or somebody else.
No, straight up. It's funny because of my I saw my dad's tapes like my whole life. You know, he passed when I was 6, so like from that point on, like I was always like around his stuff, and I started doing it myself too. Like I started recording because I was like wanted to be like my dad. Wow, I did that too. It was crazy, but yeah, he would listen to like KRS-One is like a big one for them, like my parents.
Okay, they started you off really good.
Yeah, NWA.
Okay, get some gangsta in there, some gangsta rap.
Yeah. DJ Rectangle. Do you know DJ Rectangle?
Oh, I've never heard.
Yeah, he's like a real like known DJ from the '90s, and he had these crazy mixes. And I remember like driving home from school, like my mom taking us home, blasting DJ Rectangle tapes like all the time.
That was like probably DJ Rectangle was probably what DJ Quick was for me here.
Yeah, probably. And they're also like they played oldies every Sunday.
Oh man,
I love oldies.
My mom bumped oldies all the time. I remember I would ask her because she was just starting to learn English. I was like, "Ama, ¿sí les entiende?" And she would tell me what the song was saying. Like, okay. My bad. She loved the Beatles. She loved Bob Marley, and I just like I thank her for listening to all of that because now I'm a mix of all of those things. And don't get it twisted because when I wake up and I want to like when I'm cleaning or when I'm cooking, if there wasn't for music rights, I'd have some cumbias on right now because it's what I love to hear.
Yes, I love that.
Do you have? Do you have all your batters? Do you think it's mixed all the way already?
So I think we're good.
Okay. Do you have your pan that you're gonna put it in? Mine's already greased.
I'm gonna spray it real quick.
How do you then turn around and use all that music that you grew up? How do you hear that in your music? Does that inspire you? Does that change like who you are as an artist or shape you?
It's crazy because I definitely feel that like elements come out in my music. I can rap really like hard stuff, you know what I mean? Like I'm rapping like how I started. And I feel like that comes from like the hip hop, like the golden era that my parents would listen to, you know what I mean? And because of that, like I started listening like on my own. When I started discovering music on my own, I would find like rappers like Lil Wayne, like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like the people who could spit. Like those are my favorite rappers, you know what I mean? And then like because I feel like the oldies, the cumbias, the Selena, like that, the Vicente Fernandez, like all that stuff. That made me like have soul, you know what I mean? So like I feel like it comes out sometimes when I sing or when I tell like my sad stories in my music and things like that. Like it definitely shines through, and it's crazy because I'm like, I know where it's coming from. I know where this is coming from. It's really, really cool.
It's a full 360. Let's put all of that batter into your pan. And of course, you're going to want to make sure that this is all evenly spread on there. This smells so delicious.
No, I want to eat it just like that.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
My mom would always be like, you're going to get sick. Te vas a empachar. But I'm like, I don't care.
Like, she would let me lick the spoon, but she would be like, that's it. Don't do too much.
I don't care. I'm ready to risk it all. Give me that cake batter. It's worth it. Getting all
me and my siblings would fight for the spoon.
No. Would you come out victorious, or what? Would they get you the spoon over you?
Yes, always. I was aggressive. I was an aggressive little kid. Crazy. That's where like some of the raps come from.
You know what? I think that now looking back, like so was I. And it's a matter of like reflecting. I grew up with 3 boys, first of all. So it was the only other woman in the house was my mother, and I wasn't fighting with my mom because there was no battle right there. Like that's the queen. You better learn your lane real quick. She did not play those games with me. But my brothers, it was hard growing up with them because they were like so rough all the time, you know? And on top of that, when you're thinking back about like reflecting on life and what it is, you know, we're talking about losing our fathers at an early young age. Like I do see it now, like where my aggression was coming from. I didn't know it then, but I was going through a lot at a very young age. Like I lost my dad at 8, and then my mom passed away at 13. And that's when I really started lashing out. Like, and similar to you, like girls did not like me. Like, and I didn't know how to like talk to people. Like you came up to me or you were spreading rumors about me, or at the moment that you came up to me is because you wanted to step up. Like that's all I knew because I grew up with 3 brothers. Like when you were coming up to me, like we were fighting, and I would fight a lot in school, and it was the only way I knew to survive. Like I was hella tiny. I still am. I'm 5'3". I was probably like 4 something then. And I just had to defend myself. But looking back now as an adult, I'm like, there are so many other ways to talk things out, solve things. Like, you're too pretty to be fighting. Like, what is you doing fighting? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, sometimes like that.
It's just built up anger, you know? It's like, I'm not gonna let you talk to me like that. Like it's what I grew up with, so that's all I knew. But it is, again, it's now looking back and it's like, this is where that's coming from. And now as an adult, you know, I do my best not to go there with nobody because I don't want to go there. But it's that work, that constant work at bettering yourself and dealing with things in a different way, because we really are like this piece of fabric of our environment where we grew up. But that doesn't mean that we have to box ourselves into those circumstances, if that makes any sense, right?
Absolutely. And I think that something like a goal of mine for sure is when I do move forward, you know, and reach my dreams, how I want to give back is I want to like find girls that like can't, you know, have maybe like problems coming up, or like girls from my neighborhood that are growing up, teenagers that are just around bad things, like, and kind of like talk to them or reach out to them and kind of do something for them, because I feel like I just felt like I was alone, you know. I felt I was alone a lot, and I think that's why, you know, like I feel a lot was like happened to me just because like I was like on my own a lot, and like I chose a lot of bad stuff that I shouldn't have done. Like, did a lot of things I shouldn't have done, but you live and you learn, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I would love to give back like that.
I think that, you know, you needed to go through that sometimes, you know, like if I look back, I'm like, yeah, that was a really dumb choice. Like, why was I doing that? Like things that I was doing, you know, but yeah, I don't think that it matters so much of what you did as long as you learned a lesson and you grew from that, right? Like you didn't stay stuck in who that person was, and you're allowed to grow, you're allowed to learn and to look back and be like, that's not who I want to be, that's not who I am. And it's inspiring that you're now saying, this is what I want to do for other young girls that might be finding themselves in that same situation, because I wish I had somebody that told me this or that, you know. Me personally, I've been having people try to tell me like, don't do this, don't do that, but I learned my own way. I move at my own pace. So you can tell me whatever you want to tell me, I'm going to do it my own way. And a lot of people are like that, but still, it's nice to be that mentor, that example that's like leading the way and showing you like, look, it's possible, because if I made it through, like you can also make it through. So I love that. I love where your mind is at. So do we have a cake or do we not have a cake? Where's the cake? Look at that. All right. So now that cake is all even on that pan, you're going to take your crumble.
Yes.
And you're going to spread it evenly. You want to make sure you get the corners and everything all the way around. So we're going to start. Let me move this over here so la gente can see what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm starting at this end, and I'm going to work my way all the way to the left side. Still feel some butter chunks up in here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to eat this already.
I know. I made some coffee. You know what I mean?
You know what? You're probably going to judge me, but I don't drink coffee.
No? Do you have a reason, or you just don't like it?
You know, I can have it every now and then, but it makes me, I've never done crack, but I'm pretty sure that that's what crack feels like. Because it gives me, I'm serious. It feels like jittery, like all weird. I just feel out of my element. I don't like it. And a lot of people are like, how do you not drink coffee? Because, you know, I would be up early, like at 4 something, sometimes even 3 something in the morning to be on a morning radio show. And I would never take it. I would never, ever take it. Just
that's good though. It's an addiction that you don't need.
Do you drink it every day?
I used to drink it way more than I do now. Now I just drink it when like I'm super tired, or like in the morning, like I really need like that kick. But I slowed down a lot. I used to drink it all day. Like I stopped that because I was just not feeling good after a while. So yeah, I definitely slowed down.
Okay, I'm washing my hands really quick. Okay, so that should be all even. It smells amazing. It looks delicious. We're gonna put this in the oven. The oven's at 350, and this is gonna go in for 45 minutes. So cook time. You are in LA right now.
Yes.
And you're talking about coffee. Do you love cold brew?
I do.
Now listen, you have to check out my homie's place. It's called Guisados. And at Guisados, they have this cold brew horchata. It is so delicious. It is so strong. Let me tell you, it's strong, but it's good. It's like that perfect blend of horchata and coffee that I didn't even know I needed in my life. So every now and then I will indulge in that, but still it gives me the jitterbugs. I won't finish it, but I think that you would really like it. So remember, it's called Guisados, and there's one in downtown LA. I'm not sure if they're all open, all the locations, because of COVID, but just check it out. There's one in downtown LA. There's one off of Sunset near the Dodgers Stadium. There's one in Burbank, and they have a few other ones. So, and one in Boyle Heights too. That's the original one. So you have to make sure you check that out because it is amazing.
That sounds awesome. Like that sounds like I need that in my life, like today.
They also have like these bomb ass tacos, and people get all mad and in their feelings. So they're like, those are not tacos. And I'm like, yeah, they are tacos. Okay. They're called guisados because basically the concept, which I think is genius, is like different like skillets or dishes. Like there'd be like carnita, they'll have carnita. So they'll have like cochinita pibil. They have like, what are those? Chicharron and salsa verde that I love. They have calabacita. So they have like different dishes. They have mole, and they make those out of taco. They make tacos out of that with handmade tortillas. So go there, try their sampler, try some of their tacos, and get you your cold brew or chata, and you're gonna be popping, like really, really, really popping.
Ooh, I'm definitely gonna try that. That sounds awesome. That's definitely my lane right there.
Krystall, earlier you talked about, and you said that, we were talking about dreams, and obviously I know that you rap and you're pursuing your music career, but what is your dream? If let's say in 5 years from now, you could be in a place where you want to be, where this dream of yours is realized, what is that looking like?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, and a lot of people call me crazy, but this is what I want. I want to be a worldwide arena artist. That's what I'm aiming for, and I'm not gonna stop until I get it. So my heart's like pumping so fast because a lot of people
because that means something to you. That's what it's supposed to feel like. Yeah, if it doesn't get your heart going, then I would tell you you're chasing the wrong thing.
Yeah, a lot of people think like you said earlier, that I'm dreaming too big, but I don't think I am, and that's all I want. And I'm not gonna stop until I get it. I want to travel the world. I want to perform in arenas. I want people to sing my songs. I want to make songs that change the world. I want to make songs that help people get through things. You know what I mean? I feel like I have a story to share that people can relate to. And I'm also a woman, and I'm also someone that comes from places that aren't, so perfect. And if I can help anybody, like, show them that they are worthy of what they want, and like, look at me where I came from, and I fought every step of the way to get what I got, then they can do it too, and they can be somebody. No matter what it is, like, you can be what you want. And I just want to prove that. I really, really want that.
I've seen you working hard. You've been in the studio. What have you been cooking up? I have to be nosy and asking, what have you been working on out here in LA? Like, are we looking for an album? Are we working on an album here? Like, what are we looking at? EP? What are you working on?
So right now, I think I'm just working on singles right now. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get a couple singles out and like kind of like give people a taste of my sound, like just sounds that I've been wanting to make forever, like music I've been wanting to make forever. Kind of give them a taste, and then maybe like down the line, once they there's a couple songs out that people know and everything, I work on an album. By the time I get to the album, though, I want it to be to a point where I can have features that I've been like dying to have, you know what I mean? So
what are some of those features? Let's throw them out in the universe, because listen, if you don't throw it out in the universe, it's not going to happen. When you throw it out in the universe hears you and it gives you what you want. So let's go with those top list of features that you want.
Okay, my first one. Every interview I say this just because I am putting it out there, because he raised me in my rap. When I started rapping, I was studying him like every single day, and I appreciate him so much. Is Kendrick Lamar. So I want that feature so bad. I want to work with both Cardi and Nicki. I think that both of them definitely contributed to the game big time, and there's two strong women that I look up to, and I would love to have features from them. Meg Thee Stallion, because she's from Texas, you know what I mean?
Hello, representing H-Town.
H-Town, you know what I'm saying? Khalid, he's also represents El Paso, and I would love to have Khalid on my album as well. Let me see. It's so hard to think about so many people. Well, they're like the first one for sure. A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is someone that I love, and I would love a feature from him. And anybody like throwbacks. Like, I would love to have like Missy Elliott, you know what I mean? Like, to feature with her. Let me see. Just because I'm just trying to think about everyone that has contributed to my, like my journey in a sense.
Yeah, to your upbringing, and that's helped shaped you in one way or another. And I love that you started off with Kendrick Lamar, because I feel like when it comes to somebody that's like very precise with what he does, like, that is one person that I can think of in the game that doesn't just throw songs out there or projects out there to throw them out there. Like, if you really listen, like, he has so many messages in his song. They're for me very inspiring. Like, it's probably one of the more basic ones, but I love the message behind like what it's saying in there is just that self-love and being comfortable in who you are and putting yourself first. Like, it's very important. And obviously you're a female and you're in the rap game. And I've seen this, you know, there's been a lot of topic and a lot of different talks about what I call the double standard in hip hop, you know, that men in hip hop, they can talk about all the girls are getting, all of this, that they're doing, and being at the strip club and being as nasty as they want to be, talk about their sexuality as much as they want to. But when it comes to the females, like recently when WAP came out, like Megan and Cardi were being like slandered because like, oh, they're being too explicit. Oh, they're doing too much. But it's like, first of all, I love the track. And being that they're both grown ass women, they're allowed to express themselves however they want. And I want to know, have you found yourself like with that struggle of like, do I express myself like this? Do I not express myself like this? Are they going to come at me if I do? Like,
honestly,
where are you at in that space?
Well, I feel like it's never, whenever I write or whenever I make a song, just me, myself, I never felt like I had to like talk about my body like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not that kind of artist. So I feel like that kind of makes me different. You know, I'm not rapping about the stuff that they're rapping about. I'm rapping about things like that happened in my life. Like I'm rapping about things that I want. You know what I mean? Like boss. I call it like boss B music. You know what I mean? I'm not really trying to like push a sexual like narrative. I'm trying to push something else, like to where guys and girls can sing my songs, both of them at the same time.
And that
like,
helps you by being just a female rapper, right?
Yeah, like, and more power to the ones that do it. I'm not knocking. I listen to that music as well, but I'm just saying, like me, I wouldn't feel comfortable rapping about stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I feel that if I can push that into the mainstream, I can really change the game. If I like show them like a female rapper can rap about other things, and she can be in the game too. So that way, like maybe there's a little girl that wants to be a rapper, and I can show her like maybe she doesn't want to rap about her sexuality or things like that. Like there's a way to do it as well. You know what I mean? Like and like I'm saying, like shout out to them that do that strong woman to be able to talk about those things. But that should never really been me, you know?
No, that makes perfect sense too. I just think that sometimes too, when it, you know, like you're talking about rappers, you know, there's other female rappers that don't rap about their sexuality, that don't take that route, right? But I feel like in this industry, sometimes those females are overlooked. Overlooked. Yeah. Over and over again. And one that just comes to the top of my head is Rhapsody, because I think that Rhapsody is a beast. Okay, lyrically, like she has so much depth in her, and I don't think that I've ever heard a song where she's rapping about her sexuality. And I just feel like the hip hop has put females in such a place where it's like, well, almost if you don't, you get, it's like, I want to see this or I want to see that. So I was just curious as to like, have you ever fallen into those pressures or like to portray a certain image? You know, it's like, oh, I have, my boobs have to be out, my ass has to be out, I have to be rapping about this or that so y'all can pay attention to me, because if I'm not, then y'all overlooking me, you know? And I was just curious about where you stood in it. And I'm really relieved and happy at the same time that you know exactly, you know, where you want to go with it, and that's not something that you feel you need to do. And I hope that stays true, because I do know that this is an industry where women are pushed and they're shaped in a whole different way than men are in the same lane. So
yeah,
it's like, sure. Why does people have to take off her clothes to out rap your ass? Because she could, it's like, she already has more fire than you do, more flows than you do. Like, and what are you rapping about, bro? Like, what is you saying?
Yeah, someone that I like look forward to, that I kind of like gives me hope that I can succeed. She's not a rapper, but I'm talking about Selena, because she, you know what I mean? Like she would like her bustier, but she wasn't out there like, you know, like in a thong, but people fell in love with her. Like her talent like just shines so bright. And she reassures me that like a woman can succeed and be on top without having to do that. So I look to Selena a lot actually for inspiration like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, also like Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott, someone's like that. I feel
Missy is a beast, man. Like I remember like watching all of her music videos. I used to wish I could dance like Missy. Like if I could do some of this. There was this one song. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now, but is that one video where she spits and she's like, open your mouth, give you a taste, and then she goes,
exactly.
And
like
she spits it. My mom hated it. My mom hated it. She's like, quita esas cochinadas. Esas son porquerías. She thought that was so nasty. Like, if my mom was alive, rest in peace, if she was alive right now, she would be seeing what's going on. She'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want to make music that like my grandma will be like proud, you know, to listen to. And it was funny because my niece, she was like, she would dance to WAP and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, I would tell my sister, like, don't play that for her, you know what I mean? Just because she's a little baby. Right. And then they started playing my music around her, and then she started dancing to like my new songs, and she liked them, and I was like, okay, like it made me like smile inside. And I was like, see, like this can happen, like little girls like the music, like there you go, you know.
That's so beautiful, Krystall, and I really hope that you stay to that. You don't allow this industry to change you or to make an image out of you that you're not okay with. And that's why I told you in the beginning, just make sure that you stay true to you, to your story, who you are, what you're about, put in that work, and nobody can take that away from you because the talent is there. I see it, because if I didn't see the talent, I wouldn't be cooking with you. I wouldn't have linked up. I wouldn't have reached out. I wouldn't have followed you. I'd be like, So I really, really thank you for your time. I am very excited once again to see you blossom, see you grow, and see what you make out of your career. Everything is right there at your hands, waiting for you to just take it and make it yours. I want to show everybody what this coffee cake looks like, because like I told you, this is why I was late earlier, because I was pre-making one. And I know you have one too. So let's show the world what we have made. Let me see.
Okay. I cut mine in a circle.
You cut yours already?
Put mine in a circle, yeah. I just made it, mine looks a little different on the top. But yeah.
This is what this looks like. I should cut it a little bit just to show. I mean, this is a test. This is the test. We're all gonna see it live. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna cut mine. I know yours looks a little bit different, which is fine.
Yeah.
See, I don't even have a cake cutting knife. I got these like really vicious knives over here.
Oh, that's good. That works.
This works. It's gonna have to work. Let's see. I like corner pieces personally.
Yeah, a little crunch.
Okay, this is cutting through really, really nice. Krystall, when this quarantine is over, we have to link up and meet in person. I would love to meet you in person. And this was awesome, just over the computer. So
yeah, we have to, and then maybe next time we can make like a dinner plate or something.
Yeah, I know you wanted to also make chile colorado.
Yes, yeah, I was like really debating, because I was like, that's my favorite dish that my mom makes for me. Like, she knows when I come into town, like I have to make that for me. Kind of like that's her favorite dish. She makes me fresh rice and beans too, like, you know, the works.
All of that. Okay, so here is my coffee cake.
Let's see so good.
Let's see how it turned out. Look at that! I'm so excited. Oh, my coffee cake for the first time.
Killed it. You killed it.
It's all thanks to you, because if you wouldn't have pushed me, I wouldn't have done it. Like baking, I get scared of baking. I don't know why. It scares me. I want to try this just to let the people know what this recipe is about. I get so fluffy. Like I can't even pick it up though. Let's see.
Yeah, that looks great. Is it good? Ooh, I'm excited.
That is fire.
Yum.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna put up the recipe on there. I'm gonna let you get back to the booth, because I'm sure you got some things to record today. Anything else? Any last words you want to say? Can you tell everybody where they can find you, where they can listen to your music?
Okay. So before I go on, I have 2 birthdays I want to give out today.
All right.
So my first birthday is for my cousin Breezy. She turned 19 today. Happy birthday, Breezy. And Johnny Cage from 104.3 in El Paso. Happy birthday, Johnny. And other than that, if you guys could follow me everywhere, it's at Krystall Poppin, and that's Krystall with 2 L's. And stream my music. I just dropped a couple new songs with videos on YouTube as well. So, if you guys just follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all that, you'll be getting all my new content and everything. I got a lot of new songs coming out. I already recorded The Vault, and I'm recording more as I'm here in LA. I'm on the grind, guys, and I'm gonna go hard, and I'm gonna keep going until I get to where I want to be. So, other than that, if you guys are chasing your dreams, just know that you're not crazy if you want it. If you work for it, God will meet you halfway. Never forget that.
Amen, man. I heard that. Thank you so much, Krystall. Hang tight. I'm gonna just say bye to everybody, and then I'll be right with you. Okay.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right, you guys, this is my life. That's all up in the way. That was Krystall Poppin. I am super excited because this coffee cake, honestly, is absolutely delicious. And I got to know, and so did you, more about Krystall Poppin. I'm telling you, if you aren't already following her, go follow her on Instagram. You can hear all her music on iTunes and just check her out. Give her a chance. I'm really, really excited to see what she's been working on because she's been in that studio, you guys. I've been looking, okay? I've been looking at her Instagram, seeing what she's up to. So I'm telling you, she is up to some fire in that studio, and I'm gonna eat this coffee cake. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to another episode of Cooking It with Ayydé and Krystall Poppin. She joined me today as my special guest. We make some bomb-ass coffee cake. As always, please make sure that you subscribe and come back on Wednesday. I have Bia cooking with me. I'm going to make sure that I am on time. That is going to be set for 1 p.m. We're going to be making some lamb chops that Bia wants to make. So make sure you come back for that, and I'll see you then. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Take care, you guys.